Okay, so now we're up to doing the outline on the next section with a darker gold bead, and I'm going to be going along this line here and around the swirl on both sides, so along this line and around the swirl. And then from the top here, I'm going to go along this line, come down this line, and then around this swirl. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of going around some sharp curves here. I'm going to add some brighter beads on that swirl there as well. So they're the lines that we're following. Okay, so I've got these are the size 15 seed beads, and they are transparent tea berry. And I'm just going to put some of those here on my mat. And I might start just here in the middle of this little swirl, which is actually with the gold beads. I'll get some of those out too. And these are Toho PF 557. So I'm doing a 4-bead backstitch. You might find on these little tighter curves that you want to lay the beads down and couch over the top of them, or you might find a 2-bead backstitch, but I'm going to start with a 4 and see how that goes. You can see I used my thumb then to sort of lay them into position. I'll move the camera out just slightly so I can stitch a bit easier. And I am coming up where I want to come through those last couple. And I use my thumb a lot to hold the beads while I'm pulling the thread through. It gives me good tension. Picking up another 4 beads. You'll notice I didn't lay those down first. I just placed them into position. You sort of get an eye after a little while of where your needle needs to go with lots of practice. So if you're a beginner though, you might find that laying the beads down first is the way to go. I'm going to do one more lot of 4 here, and then I'm going to switch over to the tea berry colour. Again, I use my thumb to hold them onto a nice curve and pull that tight. So see how that's holding that nicely in position. This bead here is sitting not as perfectly as I'd like, but when we come and put some other beads in and fill this middle section here, they'll behave a bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to carry on and add some tea berry beads now. See how I pulled those beads down first before heading through them. My needle just popped off the end of my thread, so I'm just going to thread that needle again. Right, so I'm going to continue with this tea berry colour. I'm going to go all the way around and back up here. What I'm doing just here is I'm working out where the center is, and I'm just doing a little catching stitch over the top of the thread there. I want to be able to keep that center bead sitting right in the middle, and then I'm coming back to finish my back stitch. This gives a bit more tension on that middle section to keep the shape nice. Okay, so I consider that done. You can see it's a little bit different on the left to the right, but I think that is good enough. I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to go up to the top and do the perimeter here and this little swirl here. Quite a tight swirl. I've decided to just start with a two bead back stitch. Managed to unthread my needle. Little trick you can do to stop your needle from falling off when your thread starts to get a bit shorter is just to tie a little knot. Just a single knot like that around the tip of the needle. Just doesn't stop it coming off completely, but just gives a little bit of tension there so it doesn't come off easily. Okay, so you can see where I've come, not right to the point, but a bit back from the point where the line here meets. This will give me enough room to add this little swirl in as well. So this is how it is starting to look. So now we're going to repeat this step on the opposite side. right, so I have made it all the way around those swirls. Now I need to come up and add this one in here, and I did that all with the gold beads on the other one. Okay, so we've got one swirly part left to do, and that's that little swirl just in here. So I'm going to do that with the tea berry. You can see how some of these beads are sort of overlapping the line. I'm just going to do best I can with the space that I've got left and create that little swirl in there.